So we're a little late on this one, but martial law was declared in South Korea.
Insanity.
Like, absolutely nuts. I was a little bit late to the game, and I'll spoil it for you if you haven't noticed. There's no longer martial law in South
Lasted
Korea.
about 6 hours.
It was about a 6-hour event. I only saw like the notification on my phone that this was happening like 2 hours in, and I was like, oh my God.
And it's funny because normally like we're tuned into political stuff.
Yes.
So like just like seeing like on our phone, South Korea descends into martial law. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on in South Korea right now?
As far as like I've been tapped into, it's been like decently chill in South Korea. Like they have a ton of problems. They have like a big doctor strike that's been going on. Their demographic crisis is the worst in the world. We know some things about them.
I knew their president was unpopular. I knew there was tension. Did I know that he was going to say, screw all of it, I'm dissolving the legislative branch? No, I did not realize it was that crazy.
No. And it was that crazy.
I don't think his party realized it was that crazy either.
No.
He's declared martial law, and now his party leader, he's a part of the People Power Party. That's the conservative party in Korea. The leader of the party said, no, we do not support him remaining as president. It will be bad for the country if he continues to be president, which he's losing his whole power base here. His approval rating must be in the 20s by now.
I think in a recent one, it was 17.
There
it was
you go.
below 20.
There you go.
So why did he do it, or why did he at least say that he did it? The President Yoon, he claimed insurgency by pro-North Korean forces and by anti-state forces, which just seems like such a vague reasoning, such like a movie, like Emperor Palpatine in the movie.
Yes,
right?
It literally seems like Emperor Palpatine being like, for a empire, for a new society.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe it gives me.
It was crazy. And so because of that, like I went digging and I was like, okay, what actually
what's the
caused this?
real reason?
What? Sure. There's been a lot of tension. He hasn't been able to pass anything because the opposition party has like 192 seats in the 300-seat parliament.
And the opposition party is trying to impeach a ton of his officials for bad actions.
Yes.
Right? All of that is happening.
Yes. But that's been happening. So like what led to this drastic of an action? And no one knows. That's the crazy thing.
Yes.
As far as I dug, it was like no one around him, none of his like close advisors knew that this was going to happen before it did. None of the members of his party knew that it was going to happen. And so to me, this reads just like one of the most potentially damaging temper tantrums that anyone has ever thrown.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I know that his wife is under investigation.
That's a big thing too.
Right? Korea has a history of jailing their former presidents because they happen to be extremely corrupt.
Yes.
Right? So I'm sure Yoon, the president, is very nervous about that.
Yeah.
I think it's insanity. I want to also talk about like how insane martial law actually is. Okay, it's not just like this idea of like military being on the streets. That's a part of it, but also no political meetings of any kind, no legislative assemblies. Nope, not happening.
Yeah.
No, the entire media ecosystem had to be monitored by the state. That's what he was calling for here. It's insanity.
To me, it's like the vibes of, I hope we have enough Harry Potter fans watching this, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, when Professor Umbridge takes over as like the headmaster of the school, and like you'd walk down the hallway and she would like wave her wand and separate kids who were sitting too close together. Like that's the level of austerity of society that happens during martial law.
Yes.
So like you said, there's allegations into his wife, like that was clearly something that was stressing him out. But now, I guess where this gets us,
I like the idea of, oh, it's stressing me out. Let me put the military in control of the country.
Yes. Let me turn this thing into a dictatorship.
Yeah.
But now we have impeachment. So the reason that it ended is because the opposition party, despite not being able to like convene in the legislative building or whatever,
they stayed anyway.
Yeah, they were like, you have to stop this.
And not just the opposition party, his own party. There was a ton of members in his own party that were in the legislative assembly building. They're like, we're not leaving.
Yes.
We're not going anywhere.
And to his credit, I guess, that's why this ended after 6 hours. He actually listened to their protests and then he stopped. I imagine he was just sitting there like, oh my God, what have I actually done here?
It's like
this is ridiculous.
It's like he slipped on a button by accident that declared martial law.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But what I'm really happy to see is that the entire Korean ecosystem is rejecting this.
Yeah.
The biggest labor union in the country, it's like 1.1 million people, is going on an indefinite strike until he resigns.
Yes.
Which is a huge, that the economy will go to a halt.
Totally.
And so that's really great that they have such a strong labor movement that's literally ready to go on a dime. Turn on a dime and be like, nope, nope, nope. You are a corrupt piece of hell.
Yeah.
We're not stopping and we're not working until you go away.
It does inspire you to see like when the government does really extreme things in a country that has at least some tradition of democracy, like how radically in kind the people will respond to prevent that from happening.
It's nice to see,
warms
right?
me a little bit as a member of a country with a long historic democracy.
Yes, and Korea doesn't have a historic democracy. Last time there was a military dictatorship was in 1987.
Exactly.
Right? So this is a new thing for the Korean peninsula, and it's awesome that they're fighting for it.